Okay guys, it is summer, it is warm, the sun is shining, so I would say it's the perfect time to get in the mood for some Christmas. Okay, now you might ask yourself, what the heck is wrong with that guy? Well, I'm in Switzerland right now, to be precise, in a village called Saas-Fee, which you can see over there, very idyllic. And this place is also the place where a very important piece of music video history was born 38 years ago. A piece of music video history that is played over and over again every year when it's Christmas. Of course, I'm talking about Last Christmas by Wham, the ultimate Christmas song. You can love it, you can hate it, but there is one thing you can't deny. This song is absolutely iconic, just like the Christmas music video. Today it is time to find the famous shooting locations of this famous music video, and maybe we will also find the famous cabin where George Michael and all of his friends celebrated their Christmas time 38 years ago. Let's go! Jesus, that was a bit loud. Okay, welcome to Saas-Fee. Look at this. Here it is, the famous village. So peaceful. And there's also a little waterfall right beside my hotel room. Isn't that great? Okay, the first thing I noticed when I came here, you cannot actually arrive like George Michael did 38 years ago. If you remember the music video, he comes with a huge SUV off-road vehicle and he parks right in front of the cable car. That is absolutely not possible here because Saas-Fee is absolutely car-free. It's forbidden to drive around with a car here. You have to park your car outside the village on a parking space. That also costs money. And then you have to walk to your hotel, or you can book a small electro taxi. They are driving through the village like all the time. But of course I walked because you know how I love hiking. Oh, and speaking of hiking, I think it's time for a little evening walk. Let's try to find the famous cabin from the Last Christmas music video. Yeah, the good thing is, it should be quite easy to get to the mountain cabin, because it's not a mountain cabin. Unlike in the music video, we don't have to take the cable car to get to the house. This is totally fake in the video. There are no houses at the top of this mountain, and also this house is not standing on the top of this mountain. We should actually get there on foot. It's 1.6 kilometers. Mizi, komm mal zu Papa. Okay, she really doesn't care. Okay, now we obviously have to walk up the hill. Of course, it's always up the hill. But there is still a small difficulty, because I don't know exactly where this cabin is actually located. There are various theories on the internet, and a well-known came up a few years ago. Various gossip magazines have reported that you can now spend your vacation in the Last Christmas house, which seemed a bit weird. So I checked those articles and compared the photos in those articles with the music video, and then I found out the house those magazines are talking about is not the Last Christmas house. The house looks completely different. The arrangement of the windows is completely different. So what do we learn from this? Always check your facts. And that's what we're gonna do now, on site and in the rain. Ich glaube, hier sind wir falsch. I think we're wrong here. Oh Gott, so wie es aussieht, müssen wir das... Okay, obviously this is the way. Ich glaube, wir sind hier doch richtig. Okay, obviously we're absolutely right here. Oh mein Gott. Look how peaceful and beautiful this is. Oh mein Gott, wie süß. Das ist ja ganz entzückend. Oh, here we are again, on a real street. Yeah, this is obviously also the famous way where George Michael and all of his friends were walking along 38 years ago to get to the famous cabin. So this is actually historic asphalt I'm walking here. Asphalt. Oh my god, look at this. I found it. Look at this. Okay, you can't see that much, to be honest, but this is it. The famous Wham cabin. Okay, I have to say, this is not exactly what I thought it would be. Look at this. There is the Wham house. Can you see it? I don't, because it's totally covered with trees. There's nothing to see here. It's a bit sad, to be honest. Yeah, but what you can see is that the house, meanwhile, has a different color, and the area around the house has changed a lot. There are so many cottages and cabins here. Look at this. Over here as well. Hundreds of holiday houses and cabins. I'm pretty sure they haven't been here 38 years ago. I'm pretty sure about that. But I will prove it. Let's compare the scenes. Well, and the place we're standing here is obviously the perfect place to do that, because this is obviously the place where this famous scene has been filmed. And oh my god, here you can see what has changed over the past 38 years. The house is totally covered with the trees. All the trees you see here were really small 38 years ago, if you take a look at the scene from the music video. I don't know, it's a bit sad because you can't see in the house, but it's also a wonder of nature. So actually I really like it. You also can see that all of those houses around the Wham house haven't been there 38 years ago. The house on the left, the houses on the right. But you can still see that this is exactly the same location. If you take a look at the fence, it's still exactly the same, or at least the construction is exactly the same. There's only one thing I have noticed. It's the gate in the fence. And in the music video 38 years ago, George Michael and his friends obviously had to jump over this fence, which is a bit weird. So obviously, yeah. After that, they built a gate for this fence. What I also noticed is that there was a power pole here. If you take a look at the music video scene, I think meanwhile they have like electricity lines underground. And at that time, 38 years ago, it was not necessary because this was the only house that was standing here. Here's the scene from a different angle, and here you can see a stone wall in the garden of this house, and this wall is still here if you take a really close look here in reality. And this wall also plays a quite important role in the music video because George Michael and his affair are running around in the garden, and you can also see the stone wall in a lot of scenes in the music video. Here's the scene from a different view, and here you can also see, nope, it has nothing to do with the camera angle. There are no houses visible here in the music video. This was, in fact, the only house standing here. Look at this. Look how beautiful the nature is. There were no walking paths, nothing. And well, today, this is like a residential or hotel area. What you can also see, there is also some kind of a stone wall or something in the music video. I don't really know what that is. And you can also see there are a few more trees here right in front of the camera on the left side, very old trees with snow on it. They are not here anymore. The group leaves the party and they are jumping back over the fence, which was filmed from over here. Here you can also see the power pole is gone, and also a tree is gone that has been here 38 years ago. Instead, there are now 2 houses. Here's the group running back to the village. I'm pretty sure it was a bit slippery at that time, which definitely is not like that today. And here you can also see that there is a very, very small hut in the background, which also hasn't been here while the music video was filmed. And here's one last look at the house. This is unfortunately as close as we can get because, of course, this is private property. I met a very friendly neighbor while I was here, and he also allowed me to walk around here a little bit. But if you come here, please be kind and please stay on the footpaths. Don't walk around in the gardens of those houses or something like that. Please do not jump over the fence or something like that. Please do not disturb the people that are living here or that do their vacation here. Please be kind. Please stay on the footpath, and then everything will be great. And also, we will get back to the village now and leave this quiet place alone. Okay, you now might ask yourself, Matthias, if you have already talked to a neighbor of the Wham house who obviously has connections to the owner of the Wham house, why didn't you ask to film inside the Wham house? Well, the answer is quite easy. There's nothing to see there. All the scenes you see in the music video haven't been filmed inside this Wham house. They have been filmed in a totally different building. To be precise, in the cultural center of the village of Saas-Fee. In fact, the producers of the music video didn't have a key to the iconic house, just like me, so they shot the exterior shots there and the interior shots in the building that's now the cultural center. Unfortunately, this house was also closed during my visit, but the operators kindly sent me some photos. There's a room there that has a fireplace. Apparently it's used as a conference room. There's also a TV and a video wall or something like that. Well, but 38 years ago, this room was the cozy living room from the Wham music video, as you can see in this scene. Here's the famous fireplace in the music video and in reality, and as you can see here, they obviously decorated it in the video with some green glitter thing, like you did it in the 80s. There is also an antler and a lantern on the wall, which is not here anymore. And you can also see in the corner of this room, there's also a sofa with a leopard print, which also isn't here anymore. Thank God it's not here anymore. Well, and obviously in the music video they put a really long table in this room so that all of the friends can have their Christmas dinner. Of course, also this table is gone. What is quite interesting, if you walk through the village, there are absolutely no hints here that a super famous music video has been filmed here 38 years ago. There are no tourist flyers that tell you stories about it. There are no themed bars or restaurants like, I don't know, the Wham bar. There is no George Michael Square or something like that. In fact, this village keeps this story as a little secret, although it could tell so many stories. George Michael, Andrew Ridgeley and the whole crew not only shot the music video in Saas-Fee, but they also lived and slept here during this time. Here in the hotel Walliser Hof. Here they actually wanted to drive a stretch limousine to the hotel, which was of course not possible since Saas-Fee is car-free, as we have learned. In the hotel itself, George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley rented 2 luxury suites that were as far apart as possible, as the hotel manager told the TV channel DW a few years ago. The mood between those two obviously was a bit chilly. Also, the film crew was staying in the hotel a few years ago. Andrew Ritchie said in an interview that they drank all the drinks in the bar. Some vomited in the hotel, others jumped naked into the pool. By the way, almost the Wham stars would never have ended up in Saas-Fee. The recordings for the music video were actually supposed to be made in Gstaad, but there was no snow at that time of the recording, so they chose Saas-Fee. So, it's getting dark, but there is one more shooting location I'd like to show you, but we're gonna do that tomorrow. First, I need to sleep. That was a long car ride and a long day. See you tomorrow. Another day in Saas-Fee, and the beauty hasn't changed, obviously. Before we leave this place, I want to show you another quite important filming location of the music video Last Christmas, and that is of course the cable car where George Michael and his friends arrive at the beginning of the music video. As we have already learned, you don't need a cable car to get to the cabin, and they didn't even go up the mountain with the cable car. They just went like 20 meters up and then they came back, and they did it like 20 times or something just to film this scene. Anyway, let's try to find the cable car and let's try to reconstruct the scenes. Tell me, baby. Entschuldigung. And here it is, the famous cable car of the Last Christmas music video, which is in reality the Felsskinbahn, which leads to the rocky outcrop of the same name. Here's the scene from the music video, and here's how it looks like in reality. And as you can see here, the only thing that really has changed is the advertising on the right side of on the wall. The advertising of a mobile phone company. 38 years ago, mobile phones didn't even exist. Everything else you see here hasn't changed that much. What has changed is the railing of the cable car station. They obviously changed it a few years ago. In the year 2006, this station was renovated, so I'm pretty sure when they did that, they also changed the railings. They obviously were a bit green at that time. Today they are gray and look a bit different. And what you can also see, also at that time, 38 years ago, this place was obviously some kind of a place where they put like garbage and clutter and stuff like that. If you take a look on the left side in the music video, you can also see that. It's still the same today. There are like wheels and garbage cans and stuff like that. So this is actually not like a touristy area where you wave your friends and stuff like that. This is just a place where people work, obviously. Here's the scene from another perspective, and here we can see how the railings have changed. They have been green in the past. Yeah, green, and they also had some red elements, which is a quite interesting design, isn't it? Well, today they are gray, but everything else still looks the same. There's still this huge pillar they are standing in front of. Yeah, it's still here. What also has changed are the wagons of the cable car. By the way, this is not the Felsskinbahn. This is the cable car right next to this Felsskinbahn, because the Felsskinbahn right now is closed. But you can see here they obviously changed the wagons of this cable car. In the past they looked a bit like, I don't know, a bus or something, an old bus. Today, I think they look like a space shuttle. Very modern. So unfortunately, you cannot take the same wagon like George Michael did 38 years ago. Yeah, they have newer models. Yeah, since the cable car is closed, unfortunately, we cannot take a ride with the cable car, and we also can't go inside this building, but here's a quick view through the window. I'm not really sure if those stairs you see in the music video still exist, because we have like a barrier-free path over here. So I don't really know if they still exist. But what we can see is, if we take a look through the window, there are still some green elements, some retro green pillars, which fit just perfectly with the green George Michael railing you can see in the music video, which is gone today. Okay, that was a very successful movie location tour, and also the very first time I visited the locations of a music video. Did you like it? Then please leave a thumbs up. You can also hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss any upcoming video. And if you like to support me and my work, then please check out the Patreon link in the description. Then you will get exclusive stuff and new videos before everyone else. So, I think we spent enough time in Switzerland, even though it's super beautiful. Look at this. Oh, Jesus. We have to move on. Let's go to Italy. Yeah, the next stop will be Italy, and what I will see there, you will see in the next video. Is that a correct sentence? I have no idea. Have a safe journey and see you next time. Perfekt, Dankeschön.
Bitte.